Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode here on European Confessions. The following story that you're going to be listening to, it comes from a translation of a message that I received, and the translation of that message, it reads like this. Hello, Brother Nanshi, how are you? Can you please post my own story is anonymous. I have come here on your platform because I wish to share with you my own secret, and I hope that people in your comment section, they are not going to be judgmental, because these things, when they happened, like it happened in the moment before I could even refuse. The guy had offered me money. Then the next thing, I woke up, I was in my bed. How he had managed to get me to bed without me knowing, I really do not understand, because I did not even tell this guy where I was staying. We just met at a party, and when I woke up after I had been making love to him, that is the last thing that I remember. And I woke up and I found out that my mouth was full of crawling ants, and this happened. So I met the guy when I was 19 when it happened. Right now I am 20. I still remember that it was very tough for me. I did not have any money at all. I was still at varsity, and I was just hustling, getting by. I had two boyfriends that were taking care of me, and these two boyfriends of mine, they were not rich at all. At least they managed to help me get through the month. Another guy that I was dating, he was a South African guy. We grew up in the same location. Then there was another guy who was a construction worker. He was from Zim. He used to take care of most of my needs, even to assist me with the rentals, but he was unable to take me to where I wanted to go to. So during the weekends with my friends, that is when we would go and we will just groove. And if you could get a man that would pay for the drinks, it will be better. Then the next morning you will see what he can give you after you would have gone to sleep with him at his place. Please do not judge me. It was because of the poverty that was troubling me. I grew up in Midrand, not far from Carlswald, and my parents, they were not poor, they were not rich. One of those homes where if your mom is in a good mood, you have cereal, and if she's not, things will be so bad. She was tired, she was a single mom, and then she got married again to our stepfather. And my stepdad was doing okay. He was working, trying by all means so that we can get a good education, but still we did not have enough. We never had enough. Too many times we will just go to bed on a hungry stomach. When I got into UJ, it felt like the whole world had opened up. I was hungry and I was more than happy for the freedom, because when I was still back home, I was unable to do as I wanted. But when I moved out so that I can stay with my friends at a student res, it was all because I just wanted to be free. It was not about cutting the cost. No, it was about me being far away from my mom, from her judgmental eyes. I was hungry for freedom indeed. And then I started staying with these other girls that loved to pray each and every time. And I spoke with other girls and I moved out of the room. I shifted and I changed places with another girl whom they considered to be too boring, because she would complain whenever they were making loud music. And loud music was all that I was enjoying. So I started making friends with my flashy friends. And then that was when we started going out. And this girl told me that I should never date broke boys at all. And all that I had to do was to follow her lead, go with her wherever she wanted to take me to. And I was going to be making money, not like a lot of money, but I will never starve again. So on that day, when I ended up meeting with this blesser from Zim, she told me that you have to come dressed in a way that those blessers, when they look at you, their manhood will be like, they would want you immediately. So I then went and I bought this dress. It was not even my size. I was even embarrassed to wear it. And then I waited until it was dark. She kept on calling me for this party. It started around about 4 p.m. But I was so embarrassed of myself wearing that little thing. It did not even fit at all. All my thighs were outside. Even the panty that I was wearing, you could just see it. I was wearing literally nothing. When it was all dark, that was when I Ubered to the location where she had given me. And then that was when we arrived at the place. There was champagne everywhere. There were men that were so wealthy. They were drinking whiskey. There were girls there that were so beautiful and with beautiful bodies. That was when I met him. The guy, he was so handsome and he was from Zim. I think he looked about 35 or so. And the guy came to me and he offered me a drink. Of course, I said yes. He asked me where I was from. I told him that I was from Midrand, like it was something to be proud of. He laughed and he said, so you like nice things. He did not waste time. He was like, I'll give you 5K right now just to live with me. 5K. He was like, yes, I am going to give you 5K. I remember blinking 5K like it was going to assist me. At that time, I had only 84 Rand in my Capitec. And there were people that I was owing. My mom had sent me 150 the week before with the message, use this wisely. I don't have any more money. And I tried to spare that money, but what else can you do with 150? This guy, he was telling me that he wanted to give me all of this money. It was quite a lot. We didn't even leave the party. There was a spare bedroom. He told my friend not to worry, for he was going to be with me. My friend, she just winked at me like she had done this before too many times. Maybe she had. The sex was quick, strange. He didn't even take off all of his clothes. There was something about him, like he was not there. At one point, I swear, when I was looking at him, I did not see his eyes. He had been looking at me and I was trying to make eye contact, and then I did not see his eyes. But the thing that I saw in his face, I can't even explain it. When it was over, he put the cash in my bra and he said, okay, let us do another round. And then that was when I started to feel so dizzy that I remember the whole room, when I was looking at the light, it was going round and round. And then that was when I blacked out. So after that, I then woke up. I woke up and I saw that it was already late. I wanted to wake up, and then I felt that there were things that were in my mouth. That was when I saw that there were ants. My mouth was full of ants. I am telling you this thing. Even when I told my friend, she did not want to believe me. But when she came to my room, when I showed her some of the ants that were on my pillow, that were already dead, that were mixed with saliva, I was like, can you explain this to me? Do you think that I will go around picking ants and chewing them and putting them on the pillow just to prove a point to you? There was no one around when this happened. My mouth was full of ants and I really do not know what happened. Maybe I was drugged, but I don't know how this guy brought me to my place. And for weeks, I would wake up and I would find out that I will be having several scratches in between my thighs. This kept on happening over and over again. I can say that maybe 4 times until I went to this other church. We went to Randburg with this other girl who was staying at the res where I was staying. And when I arrived at a church, I did not even tell the prophet anything. He said that you swallowed something spiritual. They are using your body as a spiritual doorway. These ants, they are demons that collect other spirits from the other world. I started crying right there in the tent. He asked me if I had accepted money for sex. I could not speak. He nodded like he already knew. He told me the man from Zim had used me in a ritual and the money was a bait and I had taken the bait. That when I had slept with the guy, he had taken something from me. He prayed over for me. I started vomiting ants that was mixed with blood. Actual ants, they were black. Some of them were moving. One woman even fainted. And when they took a video after the delivery was over, that video, it was as if the person that was holding that camera, the phone, was shaking. Like the person said that she was not even shaking. She was holding a phone in a stable position. The video, it was too shaky for you to make anything out. This really happened. So I was then given some anointing oil that I drank, and I fasted for 7 days. I did, and those ends, they stopped. But I have never been the same. I am always traumatized when I see young women going to parties. I really hate alcohol. I don't take drinks anymore. And to tell you the truth, I have not had sex in about 6 years because I was traumatized. I still live in Midrand, still working at a job, and I'm just working. At least I got a job, but I sleep clean. Some nights I have terrible nightmares, but I think it is just in my mind, just as the prophet told me. Dear listeners, right there was a message that was sent to me by one of our admin who helped us with this translation. Strange things indeed, they do happen in this world.